Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I just want to discuss some of the events that happened over the weekend in boxing UFC. There was a lot going on, so it was really hard for me to watch every single fight and event. So I tried to focus on two main events, which was UFC 316 and the boxing, who was supposed to be Keyshawn Davis on the main event, but due to his mishap of missing weight, coming over 4.3 pounds overweight, he pretty much could not, come to negotiations with the other side. So they agreed and they canceled the fight, which made Abdullah the main event for that night. So then I focused and shifted more for UFC 316, which had a really stacked card, a lot of good fights. So let me just start out by talking about what happened with Keyshawn Davis. As you can see here in the image, he came overweight, and that's his trainer over there in the back. Hopefully that's not his nutritionist as well, because a lot of people are saying he was very unprofessional. He knew he wasn't going to make weight, and his attitude and demeanor about the whole situation was a big disrespect to the boxing community. He even said in an interview that he didn't intend on making weight and that he is moving up to 140 pounds anyways. I think that's just a big disrespect to a lot of people in the industry, and it's really unfortunate that that happened. Also to mention, what happened to him at the fight, at the event, when his brother lost the fight. They supposedly, what Albright said is that he got jumped by the Davis brothers. Later on, Davis did come out and issued an apology online, but a little too late. Is the damage done? My question is he going to get blackballed and be put to the side on making big fights? I hope that's not the case, because I still want to see Keyshawn Davis fight the top competitors. There's a lot of fights out there to be made for him at 140. The 140 pounder is stacked, and a lot of fights to be made with Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Barbosa. I can just go on with the list of names at 140. So hopefully in that case we see Keyshawn Davis again. Abdullah looked phenomenal in his fight, took out the veteran guy, which had punching power as well, but Abdullah was just too quick for him, and he was also very, very strong in that fight, which he took him out. He knocked him out. After that, going on to UFC 316, in the main event, we had a great fight scheduled. We had the rematch between O'Malley and Merab, which ended in a knockout. I was a little bit surprised. I thought that, O'Malley, the way he fought his first fight, I think he possibly did better his first fight than his second fight around, because I think Merab knew from the first fight what he could do this fight to take him out, and I think that's what he did. He kept coming at him, taking him down, applying the pressure, and O'Malley could not handle that type of pressure. So that's the way that main event ended. And in the fight against Pena and Harrison just was too strong, too big for her. She's just very built, very strong, was just dominating her, wrestling, and just grabbing her and tying her out, and that was how that fight pretty much went overall. And then after Harrison won the belt from Pena, she had a face-off with Amanda Nunes, so hopefully Amanda Nunes will come back to fight Harrison. I think that is the best fight to be made for Harrison, and that's going to be a very, very good fight, very good competitive fight. I think Harrison can pull off the win there. And there was a lot of other good fights in the UFC card. There was other boxing events going on in the UK and I believe Australia, and then Japan. The one that stood out to me was I got to catch some of the fight between Fabio Wardley versus Justice Huni, and that fight was freaking really great, because according to the commentators, I got into the fight a little late, but I was able to see the quick knockout, where the British heavyweight Fabio Wardley, he produced a 10th round knockout to beat Justin Hooney on Saturday, which Justin Hooney was dominating the fight according to the commentators. He was winning a lot of the rounds, and this knockout came out of nowhere, caught him. It looked like he kind of like he walked into the punch. It was a counter hook, I believe. So yeah, but they are complaining. The Australian camp is complaining that the referee called the bout too early. They said that he counted way too quickly. Didn't give him the full chance to get up, which is unfortunate. I kind of thought that when I saw it too. It was like that was the first thing that came to my mind. But it is what it is. It's done and over with, and it was still a phenomenal knockout to come back like that after being dominated in the rounds. That stood out to me. On the other news, we got also, if you are interested in MMA, I also do stream other organizations as PKFC, Karate Combat One Championship when I get a chance, and then there's one organization called INKA 50 that's located in South America. This is going to be, if you're looking for an event to watch this month, it's going to be on Thursday, so it's not going to be on the weekend. It's going to be Thursday afternoon at 8 p.m. June 26th. This will be I believe it's broadcasted free too on like YouTube, Kick, but they're very limited on their social media ways to find information on this. But I've seen a lot of the fights from them in the past, and they seem very good. A lot of fighters coming from South America, from Brazil, Peru, and other South American countries, that they're fighting their way up top to later on come to the UFC or come to the United States or other even bigger organizations. There's been already a couple Peruvian fighters that have made it to the UFC and that are active right now. And then going into the boxing schedule for the remaining of this month, we got Richard Hitchenson's versus George Kambosos, June 14th. I will be doing a watch along. If you're interested, join me. I do watch alongs for some of the bigger events. We got June 14th, and then the other one I'm interested is Deontay Wilder, and then of course Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That's going to be a good one. I think it might be on Netflix, but I will definitely be streaming that for this month. Next month, going into July, there's also stacked with big, great events. I don't want to go into that. I'll make that for another video, but that's it for this month. So definitely stay tuned, follow, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think on the upcoming fights. What are you interested in watching? I'll see you guys in the next video.